My name's Michael Render. They call me Killer Mike. And this is Conversate. I just want to conversate. I just want to conversate with you. I want to convert. Conversate.
Hello, welcome to Conversate with Killer Mike, my man.
Cutmaster Swiff.
Yep, my man.
Young Bear Stills.
And a guy you often hear about in my rap records and have seen on my television show, called Bernard Ellis, better known as Sleep, Adamsville OG, and well-respected Atlanta native, man.
We're gonna start off like this. Friends. How many of us have them? Hey, friends. Hey. Ones you can depend on. Let's be friends.
Hey. So our show is not only celebrity driven, because me and Swift are already famous for singing and dancing, but it's more about just conversating about stuff that I think is important. So if I sound a little funny to you, it's because 7 days ago I went and got my rapper teeth.
$1 million smile.
So shouts out to Dr. Dave. So I'm hurting and I'm healing. And if
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Not today's price. So, and I might be slobbering a little bit. So I'll fix that though.
That's normal.
So the ladies say. But Swift, I'm gonna tell you what I did as a friend. You got to know your friends. So I knew going to get these teeth, I knew who was gonna give me hell about it. So in the background, there's another one of my friends laughing. We're gonna have him later. His name's Black on C-Bone. But I knew one of my friends was gonna give me absolute hell. So I just went to his house and I just got John there. So
I just want to slap your jaw so bad.
Please don't.
Oh man.
But Dr. Dave did them. Someone I'm growing a friendship with. He's a Haitian young man out of Boston, went to Meharry Medical School up in Tennessee.
He like a real good.
Yeah, he's a great man.
You ain't got no D-League teeth?
No, I ain't got no D-League teeth. These are definitely pro.
Okay.
All right. First round pick.
I'm just saying some of these boys be out looking bad. I ain't gonna call no name, but some shit be too big and they know it.
No, I ain't got them.
But you know.
But I did mine for actual health reasons. So for black men and women out there especially, your heart is connected to your teeth. And if you have a lot of tartar and plaque buildup, or if you build fast, the same thing can be happening, in terms of your heart.
Get my bag up.
So my main dentist is a white guy named Dr. Philip Swords out of Newton. And Philip Swords out of Newton. And he has, interestingly enough, Dr. Swords mentors an 80-year-old black guy who used to be the VP of Coca-Cola. Yeah. So Atlanta's a great place in that there's a lot of interconnectivity. Dr. Swords told me, hey, find someone who can do the work. I found Dr. Dave, who's an amazing pro-black brother, man, bright young guy, and we're building a friendship. He's like, hey, I could do the work. So him and Dr. Swords consulted, and I'm getting that done. So that's the importance of building the right type of friendships.
Shout out to Parlay.
Shouts out to Parlay. Shouts out to Ralph. Shouts out to a few people who hit me on the behalf of Dr. Dave. So Dr. Philip Swords and Dr. Dave, I want to thank you guys. But
we need to have them on.
I'm definitely going to have them on because I want to talk about health. People noticed in our first episode I've lost some weight. Yeah. Right? I'm losing some more weight.
Well, you ain't been able to eat.
No. I've only had this for a week now. I've been losing weight before that. You gonna take my credit?
We'll be at the pit ball next week.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call Calhoun Slim. I'm gonna call his daddy when I time me to get my rap teeth.
His dad's a great.
Get your rap teeth? Oh, rapper teeth.
Rapper teeth.
Let me say this. I'm like particularly excited to have Sleep on today.
Me too.
Because he's a man of few words.
He doesn't talk a lot, but when he says something, it's a lot of depth.
Yeah, it's a lot of depth. And if you have a translator who could translate West Side to South Side, you can get a whole lot of information now. But you got to kind of have a translator. West Side got that. Oh, because you from Atlanta.
I'm in the middle. I'm people.
You from Atlanta. He from the West Side. He from the West Side. He from Atlanta.
Yeah, we thought y'all were rich.
And I'm from the South Side. See, all that is different.
Yeah.
It's all different.
But with that, it's interconnected and one and the same. Because if we didn't have people moving from rural Georgia, Alabama, places like that, we wouldn't have the West Side. And if we didn't have people who got a little more affluent from the West Side and moved to the South Side, we wouldn't have the South Side.
So how did you two meet?
All right.
Were y'all in juvenile detention?
So let me give you why he's important to me, because I have a lot of great friends. But you'll hear often when I talk, 3 people in particular, you'll hear about Bobby, who's Robert Hicks, former Buffalo Bills. You'll hear about Darius Ginyard, who's insurance and real estate, the brilliant brother here. And you'll hear about Sleep, because I've known them the longest. I've been friends with them since I was 5, 6, and 7 years old. Me and Bobby since we were 5, me and Dee since we were 6, and me and Sleep since we were 6, 7 years old. My grandmother's, Betty is the one who raised me, and it's Denise's mom, and Mary, who's Big Mike's mom. Big Mike is one of my dads. So one summer, I guess Betty was just tired of my little bad black ass. So she sent me to Mary's, and I went to summer camp at a church around the corner from Mary's house. And in the basement of that summer camp, there was like carom pool, dice games and stuff going on.
Hold on, at the church?
Yeah.
Dice games?
Yeah. Yeah, we were still doing devilish
It was a little church. I have to get the name of the church, but
St. Luke.
St. Luke. That's where we went to summer camp.
And so, you remember.
I'm still a member of St. Luke.
Yeah, and
like for real?
To this day.
Like you just went like last Sunday or something?
To this day.
Yeah. So we went summer camp together, and
I feel bad.
Sleep, everybody in that neighborhood, Sleep knew. You know what I mean? Everybody knew Sleep. And I was on, my grandma was only like a mile and a half away from each other, right?
Yeah. Not even a mile and a half.
Not even a mile and a half. But
did they call him Sleep back then?
We've always called him Sleep. But his sisters and stuff, you know, of course, they call him Carlton or Bernard, you know, but the neighborhood's always called him Sleep.
Carlton does not fit you.
Yes, it
do. My mom said it'll open a lot of doors for me. You know what I mean? Knowing Carlton.
Or not.
Yeah. He was winning on carom pool, so I bet on him. And
are y'all betting?
What's St. Luke? St. Luke, what's the name of the church?
That kind of sums up the whole story. This is how they started out. And they're still on the same.
I'm going to the church like that. Y'all was drinking to the church?
Not at 7.
His big sister and my uncle Mint, you hear me talk about one of my gay uncles, Vint. Yogi was his big sister. They were friends. So because they were in close companionship and talking, we were together by proxy. And my friend was just a hell of a gambler since we was kids. So
question, which one of you guys were the, for lack of a better word, the bad kid that influenced, or were both of y'all bad?
He the hustler, he the bad kid. I can tell that shit go.
Cause I'm like, somebody got turned, like somebody was on riding the fence. Like,
He
I'm being a good kid.
He explaining shit. This one explaining.
My brother always been disciplined, you know what I mean? I always had a mindset of getting the education, what's important, you know what I mean? My whole life, you know what I mean? So
You ain't finna cry, is you?
nah, I ain't
Like, cause I didn't know y'all knew each other that long. I just know that
we've been friends 43 years.
he got an all access pass to everything. So I'm like, who is this nigga? You know what I mean? There was one time, we're gonna get back to it. There was one time in the early 2000s, I had a little play that came from like San Francisco area. They sent me something called
Damn, what we talking about?
It was a weed, but it had like oil and kush and all this mixed on it. And they sent it to me, and I'm like, I don't smoke, and everybody like, I ain't smoking that. And they was like
more
give it to Sleep. He'll smoke it. So I gave it to Sleep. Sleep took his time. He rolled and things like, it's pretty good. I'm like, oh, okay.
Was it like the best weed though? Was it like
I
the
can't
best
remember
shit?
what it was
Or the worst
called,
shit?
but it was like honey bud. And it had like a honey.
best at that time.
It was very sticky.
yeah.
You know, I don't smoke weed, so I just be wondering like when y'all be like, oh,
Y'all
this
didn't smoke
shit-
weed at church at 8, did you?
Probably.
No. I think I started smoking before me. I think I tried weed. What I was about 12.
God
I think I might have
damn.
been 11, 12. Yeah, because I tried to get. What's interesting, Jamin Freeman had stole some of his dad's weed, and we were smoking in the bathroom at Collier Heights, but Robert,
Call your heights.
yeah,
School?
yeah, the school. Bobby's mom was the school secretary at Frederick Douglass, So I told Bobby we was gonna smoke, but Bobby was like, "No, I gotta go. You know,
He
I gotta
playing
go
football
dope."
and shit, right?
Yeah. So Bobby wasn't
At
into
12.
it. Yeah, but I knew. So Sleep was the friend I wanted to get off the porch. Sleep was off the porch. He understood it a little better than me.
Off the porch.
Yeah,
the porch.
Yeah, he was off
What
the
is
porch.
Off the chain.
He was.
I've been standing 10 toes down for a long time. For a long time, you know.
But he was the friend in that friend group. Most of the time, kids like me get used. Kids who want to find excitement and adventure, they use them. They crash test dummies. And Sleep was the friend who, he protected.
You a bishop and Juice.
He did. I'm gonna tell you, like this is when I knew like I absolutely had a friend. I was chubbier. So when we all would ride our bikes, you just see a bunch of kids riding bikes to the west side. Sleep was the part one who would wait on me to say, "Come on, fat boy," and just, you know what I'm saying, and just wait a little longer. Everybody else was out. You know what I mean? He was the one would be, but he protected me, like from myself, from my own ambition. Like I would want to cut school with them and go hang out with the kids like from GA towns. You know what I mean? And
Did you try to ride the bike on the freeway?
nah, he tried to ride my bike on the freeway.
Okay.
Nah,
Moped. I know he country now. He
moped.
country.
But Sleep would literally say, you gonna go to school, Pat. Well, he said, we'll catch you after school. So
Is he older?
No, we same age. We weeks. He was born in like a week.
He just did older things, Bear.
ahead of me, right?
He did older things.
Yeah, but again, see, so I'll give people this. So I'm from Adamsville because my grandmother Mary and my friends from Adamsville, but I grew up in Collier Heights. And Collier Heights was radically different from the rest of Adamsville. Collier Heights was a little more tame. So
Rich.
we were not rich. I remember being in class. I'm in Miss Pryor's class and I'm writing. And I hear, "Hey, what? Hey, what?" You know what I mean? And all the other kids are like, and I'm just looking down, and it's Sleep and like 8 other Adamsville niggas on bikes, some of them stolen.
He never looked up. He never looked up.
And Bishop.
He never looked up. He never looked up. You know.
Bishop, what you gonna do, Q? What the fuck you gonna do?
But I knew this though. My grandmother Betty loved him. So in her driveway, everybody couldn't come up to the door.
She had a spirit of discernment.
She had a spirit of discernment. She loved Sleepy. It was nothing you could say bad about him. He could come in the house. He could eat with me, my sisters and cousins. Anybody else, you had to stay at the bottom of the. If you weren't Sleepy, Darius, or Bobby, you had to stay at the end of the driveway. I go get them. Don't come in my yard.
So Sleep, was you bad?
I love Granny.
No, I know you love Granny. I said Sleep, was you bad though? Was you bad?
I was curious.
Yeah.
And you're obviously not scared.
Yeah.
Nah.
And
Like
intelligent.
wouldn't let me be scared.
Yeah. And he was smarter than me. Like that's what I understood early. Like I understood I knew books and stuff.
You damn sure do.
But I knew he was smarter than me and I knew that if I stayed in tow with him, that I would learn all the stuff I was curious about in the streets. And he keep me from hurting myself. Like he keep me from doing the stupidest shit. So he was a friend that I all throughout my life, I feel like God put in my life, because Sleep is the person that'll call me at 8 a.m. today, tomorrow, day after, he'll call me, "Hey, fat boy, what's up? Hey man, God love you. You blessed. You know, 15 years ago you was in a Honda eating fish sandwich."
I'll call you at 10 o'clock and say, "Hey, fat boy, don't throw about that shit."
So hold on. So you mean to tell me that Sleep affectionately called you fat boy from the day y'all met? And it was never, ever a diss, ever.
No,
man.
So you didn't have that, "They call me fat boy." That's my name.
I love my brother.
He was too cool and too smart for that shit.
Yeah, well, first of all, I knew I was smarter than most of these lame ass niggas around me. Kim Walton kissed me on my cheek in the 3rd grade.
And it was over.
Confidence out the room. Is that the girl you found?
No, But if you look at the movie Stand By Me, if you look at these classic movies of boydom and friendship, like he's just been my friend. Like and truly a friend that he wanted the best for me. Like once he saw I was good in school, he never let me have the option of not going to school. You know, if I cut school, it was somebody else. If he found out I cut school, he was mad. Like why you ain't go to school? Like he was like, "Man, I would have been at the MARTA station waiting on you out of school." And he kept some of them Harvard niggas off my ass. Like, you know, Harvard.
So did you go to the same elementary school
No,
or y'all was separate?
Yeah, he went to GA Towns. I went to Collier Heights.
And then when y'all hit high school?
We went to high school. He went to Harper, which eventually became Harper. I went to Frederick
you didn't go to Doug?
No,
They wouldn't let me go to Harper because my last name was Render. So my uncles had been at Harper, so they wasn't with that shit.
Oh, Randall, yeah. You cut them.
So what was Harper like?
The jungle, you know?
Like that?
You got to man up first day. First day, a pocket chick, you know, the first day, you know. So
they
you
run in your pocket?
You got to grow up the first day, you know what I mean? Hey, like, this where you at? Like,
I went to summer school there. That's how I met a lot of
You got to grow up, like, right now. Like, hey, tomorrow, hey, we're going to check your pocket again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he might be right, because when I was in school, you know, Harper was kind of like us, like a like a bougie type school, but it fell off.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to Carver.
I went to Carver. Yeah, ain't nothing ever really been bougie about Carver.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like
and Carver is where Carver Housing Project.
Yes, Carver Home.
Because I just noticed in a mentoring session with some young people last weekend, and all of these young at-risk youth, black kids consider themselves hard, like they like thug street niggas, whatever, woo, 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 woo.
Right.
But none of them know anything about any projects ever in Atlanta.
Because they all gone.
They all gone. So you can't, they'll say, I'm from this area. Well, what projects? Projects? So you literally from a project.
I didn't live in Carver Homes. I live down the street.
Some here, people.
My mama, like, she wasn't about to fuck up my life.
I shout out to Gooch. I saw Gooch and I saw
Westside Gooch?
Yeah, I saw Westside Gooch from Bourne Homes, and he gave me some interest. I was watching him and Big Bank Black talk, and he gave me some perspective when he said tearing down the projects was one of the worst things they ever did because they destroyed communities. He was like, when you look at Bourne Homes, you had young boys under some of the older hustlers and under families. Police come in, try to beat up kids and stuff. Kids will run to other people's houses. People look out for them. And what they really destroyed were communities. So shouts out to all the projects that's gone. But let me just talk about the West Side. The West Side was an amazing place because all the black people were together. No matter if you were in the little A-frame houses or you were the Russells and some of the richest black families in America, and growing up with people like me and Sleep being able to be friends, people like us being able to be friends with people like Judge Oscar Jackson, to some of the brothers like Westside Ken, whose birthday coming up, shouts out to Westside Ken, who served federal time for trafficking. All of us were just together and we were just kids. So whether you went to Collier Park summer camp or you went to Adamsville summer camp, you got a chance to know more people than just your direct neighbors around you. And one of the big things when we were young was baseball. And Sleepy was a hell of a baseball player. My cousins Tay and Terrence, who lived in Allen Temple, were a hell of a baseball player too. I loved watching baseball, but I didn't give a shit about playing baseball. So me and my grandma would go see Sleep play.
Old folks love baseball.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, my granddaddy told me why, but Sleep was one of the better players at Collier Park. So I go watch and just and support my friend in the same way. So, the West Side, when people move away from the West Side and don't come back, you're really destroying the community. You ain't just making better for yourself. I'm taking my kids to a better school. You know how you Eminem program your kids and they go somewhere, get called nigger and never feel right. Sorry, nigga. But
what they call them?
So, Sleep, why you think Betty took a liking to you, Miss Betty?
Because she was genuine. Her heart was genuine. She was just a good lady. She know I was a good dude. She know I meant. I come with good intentions.
Did she ever have to chastise you? Or?
Her question was, I told her how many kids I had at the time.
Oh, shit.
She said,
let's go there.
She said, are you going to stop having kids? I said, yeah, I'm through having kids. She said, have you stopped fucking yet? I said, so you're not through having kids.
How many was it at the time? How many was it?
I was at that time, I had like 3 kids at that time. Mm-hmm.
And how were you 14,
15? You were 12?
About 18 years old.
Yeah. And his kids, Beverly, who was the first set, that was their mom. Beverly lived 1, 2, 3 streets behind me. So Beverly grew up in the Collier Heights, but Beverly was rough.
My grandmother still stayed there to this day.
And you were 18 with 3 kids?
18 with 3 kids.
I ain't on 18. I ain't had $3.
And his baby mama was one of the cutest.
They didn't have sex education?
Yeah, he was obviously educated on how to have sex.
I learned hands-on.
But let me tell you something. His baby mama, man, Beverly she was like West African, pie-faced, beautiful nose, caramel skin, just brown, bubbly, beautiful. But when I tell you she had a temper.
A real alley cat.
Oh, man, she would whoop ass or two. Man, she loved.
I bet she didn't put you on child support.
Shitting me.
I remember when he called me. So he hit me say,
Ain't no way she put you on child support.
Shitting me.
So he hit me say, fat boy. I said, what? He said, I get my passport now, man. I was selling all that child support shit.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah, 20 years. Like 20 years, you know.
Hey, there's an online cannabis company coming to you, and it's called Mood. It's called Mood because they give you gummies, and those gummies help with all type of moods you may have. Helps with everything from just brightening up, having a euphoric day, sexually provocative, makes you in the mood. But if you use the promo code Killer Mike at mood.com and Killer Mike in all caps, you get 20% off your first order. That's right. These things have been manufactured, flour and gummies, to make sure that you're in the mood that you want. Federally legal, so it drops at your door after order. And what's the coolest part of it? 20% off. First time users act. First time, put Killer Mike in all caps, 20% off. Next thing you know, you get flour or gummies, federally legal, to your door to help you with your moods, help you feel sexually aroused, helps you feel uplifted and euphoric. Mood.com. Mood.com is addressing your cannabis needs right now. Mood.com is doing it legally. They're doing it safely because it delivers straight to your door as long as you use that promo code, Killer Mike in all caps at Mood.com. Get your pre-orders there and get put in the perfect mood today. What did you understand, or what did you learn about friendship early in our? Because you were friends with folk like Eddie. You were friends with older people like my uncle, Aunt Man. Because you was off the porch. But what made you, I guess, see something in me or us, or realize our friendship was special or different? Because you didn't have a lot of friends. Everybody feel like Sleepy best friend.
Man, you done been on this journey a long time. With a lot of roads been traveled. So our bond come from just you my brother. Like from day one. Like ain't nothing. Ain't never been deterred. This my brother. And that's it. And I love my brother. That's it.
I thought you could say y'all bond came from child support.
Nah, he much smarter than me. You know what I mean? Like, he only got 4 kids. He ain't never been on,
Yeah, I want to find my own alley cat. Shout out to Mimi from Allenville.
So how many kids you end up with, if I may ask?
Yeah, your sex education degree.
Kids.
How many?
14
Oh,
kids.
this mother got a PhD.
Yeah.
And masters in
I
sex
have 10
education.
daughters and 4 sons.
Yeah. And they love them.
Yeah.
Like, man, they all be at the house, his grandkids.
I done met a real motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, they
real
really,
motherfucker.
They love they guy.
Yeah, I got 17 grandbabies. 1 on the way. Just found out yesterday.
Too short says, don't stop revving, don't stop fucking.
Yeah.
Lord Emery.
Yeah.
Well, you bad. 14?
Oh
14.
man, what Father's Day like for you?
True blessings. Long as they call me, tell me they love me and they appreciate what I've done for them, that'd be more than enough for me.
Marcus Aurelius said, to be, seek to be worthy of friendship. And he's the father of Stoicism. And you guys Google that, Marcus Aurelius. He was an emperor of Rome.
Right. I was going to ask you who that was.
But yeah,
Stoicism comes from Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah. Memoirs. I believe the name of the book is Memoirs. Jerry Seinfeld talks about it, interestingly enough. But even before him, once introduced to it, what I understood is that God put sleep in my life for the purpose of reminding myself that what I have is enough and everything I have is a blessing. Because again, like, he's the person that calls me in the morning to say, your grandmama and your grandfather be proud of you. He's the person that says, fat boy, 15 years ago, you and your wife was in a Honda eating fish sandwiches every day, trying to figure it out and survive. And I don't want you to think that anything you've been denied in the immediate is something less than, because you had so much less And in that less, you were still happy and you found joy and you found peace. So I feel like my grandmother was attracted to his spirit more than the actions of us both.
That's cool.
You
So
know,
with that being said, that's why God put him in your life. Why you think God put Bear in your life? I want to hear this shit. And then I never got to hear why he put me in there. So I want to hear about Bear and I want to hear about myself. I want to hear this shit.
with Bear,
I'm excited now.
But somebody named Steve-O told me Bear the best, worst friend you'll ever have.
Oh, no.
Bear, but from Bear, I learned what karate and cripping.
Man, karate, he used to be hitting you and shit.
No, but
Play too much.
You know, Bear is a walking episode of urban kung fu. You remember David Carradine?
Hell yeah.
Remember David Carradine? You watched the kung fu and David Carradine is quiet white
slow
man.
motion.
First of all, why is a white man the kung fu master? But
He looked Asian.
But Bear, I think, has been put in my life to at times where the music industry took me away from my neighborhood, away from Sleep, who was, you know, figuring out taking care of his kids and things, to put someone in service. I'm untethered, if allowed to be. I'm a curious, smart child, so I like bad shit.
You surely do.
I really like trouble.
You know,
But that don't have nothing, don't associate.
No. But what I'm saying is, I think Bear was put in my life to remind me of the virtues that Sleepy has reminded me of, and that many times you reminded me of, because all my friends, my best of friends, have tethered me to virtue. And that's what Marcus said, that do not seek to impress, seek to be virtuous, kind, and sincere.
Okay.
And I think that whether you're talking about Sleepy or Bear, what we're talking about is people who pushed me to do that.
Okay.
Pushed me to be kind and virtuous.
Another Bear. Let's talk about me. Let's see why I'm doing this shit.
To not take myself too seriously. First of all, to honor and love my craft, because I remember when Sylvia Rome leaned over a goddamn desk and chose another group over me and told me they were putting me in development at Electric
You're in
Records.
development, Michael. Go back in development.
Oh man, which means
he was crushed.
Yeah, man, I was crushed, man. And the Dungeon family, circle had a split of sorts, not like a split, but Outkast moved to this way, so the Equimini went to that way, and that wasn't very welcoming at first. And two of the first people that just genuinely welcomed me with open arms were Mr. DJ and Cutmaster Swiff. And Cutmaster Swiff was the guy who said, you know, come on, Kill, I got you. We'll go to my house, forget trying to record and stank on you and incurring a large cost. We're going to take you over to my house and we're just going to figure this album out, which was Monster. But in figuring the album out, what Swift told me was that, hey, you've already done what most people are never going to do. You got a record deal. You have someone in me that's going to work with you to give you the opportunity to use your talents to the max. So we're not going to count songs. We're not going to count money. We're going to do the most. And you are blessed to be doing what you wanted to do and being a rapper. So do not take that for granted. Whether you a C-level, D-level rapper, or you become A-list and hit records, you are blessed in simply being able to do this. So what all of you guys at the table, but especially Swift around rap, have never allowed me to do is take it for granted.
I had to pick him up from the trap one day. He had a record deal. I said, you crazy?
Yeah, he damn sure.
I pulled up home. I was like, who's all these around my car? I was like, Mike, get in the car. We can't, no, we ain't doing this shit no more. I kind of cussed his ass
So
out.
you was the A&R.
I don't know if you want to call it that. I cussed his ass out on some homeboy shit. Like, no, this shit don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? You I think
You
you
don't
had
know
one.
how
Had you won the
close
Grammy
you
yet? You did the whole world?
I had won the Grammy.
But you had got your.
I had got a connect. I was getting a half a brick for the great price at that time. Shout out to KP cousin, you know what I mean? But I just
knew. I was like, man, no, we can't go this direction. No, we ain't doing this shit. I just seen it just go down bad too many times. And he was talented because I kept telling him, like, you know, half of the battle was your sound. Like, you already got the voice. You just got to figure out the right shit to say, and we got to make it feel good to everybody. For real.
So you was doing artist development too.
Yeah, like
just as a friend.
Yeah,
though.
I was like, can't nobody compete with your voice. He told me like one time, man, you just always want me to be aggressive rap, and I was like, that shit feel good. Shit make me mad too sometimes. Like, yeah, rap. yeah, we like it. Let go.
I remember I was driving I knew I had made the right choice in that I started making a little money, but I would buy music equipment versus buying what I really wanted was
Damn
like,
sure did.
I wanted to cut this on D's. I had bought a bullshit Buick Deuce and a quarter from Rock D. And when me and Sleep and the other guys who I was doing music with, we went in, what was that? It was like an all-geek pizza place. I don't know.
It was Shoney's.
We went and had breakfast. I told the guys, look, man, I didn't got a deal. This is what I'm going to do for us. And bro was an encourager, like, hey, you know, you going to get out the life. The car broke down and me and Sleep walked back to the bar.
Left that car right there.
Yeah, we left that motherfucker.
Right there.
Yeah,
what happened to the car you bought and Granny told you to take it back?
Oh, man. We 15, Fat Fred. God bless his dead Fat Fred. I told Sleep about this. I said, Sleep, Fred brought some flex. We had cooked up some bad, some fake dope.
Some fake dope?
They had some fake dope, Fred. So I'm in English class with Fred. Which I don't know.
In school?
Yeah, we in school. So Fred showed me the dope.
They some bad kids, man.
Cornmeal and candlelight.
Fred showed me the dope. Fred, like, he said, I don't know what to do with it. I looked at that shit. I said, I know. My other grandma, my daddy told me my other grandma was in Kirkwood. They didn't know my face in Kirkwood, but if you walk through Kirkwood, everybody was asking kids for dope. I told Fred, I said, you gonna come with me. I knew if we just walked through Kirkwood for an hour, we was gonna get out all that dope. It was like $1,000 bomb or something. So me and Fred go over there, sell all the dope. I remember telling Sleep, I said, man, Fred had all this fake ass dope. Sleep said, who the fuck you think gave it to him? hey, so I took the earnings from that, split it with Fred, and I went and bought a 1966 Impala. No, 65, because it had three lights at the back. And I bought it, and I traded the moped that my granddad. I traded that, and I had it brought to my grandmother's house. And my grandmother said, "What's that?" I said, "That's my car." I said, "I got about a year before I get a license. That's my car." She said, "Where the money come from?" And I hadn't thought that far down the plane.
And you didn't snitch on Sleep?
No, hell no, I didn't snitch on my brother. My grandmother made that tow truck driver take that car back, gave the man the money, and the man tried to give my money back. She said, he don't want that money. And I said, yes, I do. She said, I don't know where that money came from. So the man got to keep the car,
and
my
the
moped,
money.
and my goddamn money.
And you didn't learn a lesson from that?
This motherfucker start rapping. That motherfucker start rapping.
He said, I'm coming back.
My grandma hard.
That's when I learned if you got something, you might want to just leave it at Sleep House. And he'll
not sell drugs, not sell flex. Just if you got some, leave it at Sleep House. That's the lesson for today. Like, leave it at your friends.
Listen, where you think you got the fake dope from, goddamn?
What made I'm like what made you, like, out of all the kids, because I can say you were friend with Eddie, you were friend with a lot of people who were more advanced. What made you say like that boy again? He gonna need some sheltering out here. He gonna go wrong because Fat Fred, you just let Bungie. Like Fred was.
So you was the leader.
Some people can't save from themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some people just
That's 100 right there.
Who they gonna be and what they gonna do.
Fred was funny. He was charismatic. He was a handsome kid, man.
What happened to him?
A lot of great losses from
selfish.
foolish choices and decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of great losses.
I'm glad you're investing in me. Like real talk. I remember my bro called me, man, and my bro was like, such.
Betty, you're gonna cry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna cry. This is like a movie. It's like a movie. I'm like, I didn't know it ran this deep, and I've been known him 20 years.
Oh man, I'm talking, man. My bro, when his mama
Give me
passed.
my crying time. I can't take this shit.
When his mom passed, it fucked me up because his mom had allowed her house to be a gathering spot for a bunch of little boys. Like if it weren't for sleeping front yard and his living room, a lot of those would have been dead. Like, you know what I mean? I remember when Big Zeke died coming through the curve on Simpson Road, and people have always been convinced somebody was chasing Zeke. Zeke was the first person I saw with the Jordan 4s, the blue ones on. He was big, light skinned, curly hair, whole life. Like Zeke was our guy. He was all the way out there though, all the way out the porch. I remember how bad it hurt Sleep. It cut him, and it was like Sleep put his arm around me more. Like I'm not gonna lose you. I remember when Fred O'Neal got killed, like down in the country, God bless the dead, with Fred. Like he was older than us, so Sleep was connected to the street dudes in a way that they liked me, and they loved me. They were like, "You smart, though. But Sleep really embraced me. But I saw how death affected him early, and when his mother passed, I just remember, man, it fucked me up, and all I could do was just try to be there for him in whichever way. And I feel
I'm not gonna cry.
I feel like we connected even more with the past.
Tissue?
I feel like we connected even more then because by then Sleep had got married. He was fathering his children, you know, and
You got
he
Married too?
Yeah, I've been married. Yeah.
He's a bad motherfucker.
He was more advanced than me. So he's been my hero for a long time.
Oh man,
You know, I don't
let's
know about
clap
saying
it up for the
that.
hero. Clap it up for the hero.
He really has been, like, I don't even know if I've ever said it to him. He really has been my hero. You know what I mean? And the way I've seen him deal with people, you know, it's always been in an honorable way. So, and now he still, too, is a dude who learned how to steal cars first. So he would be like, we going to the skating rink. And I was like, man, the bus stopped running at 11 o'clock. I was like, how we going to get home? He pulled a screwdriver out of his pants. I got it. Don't worry about that.
So look, I got one question to ask.
Oh, shit.
And this can be considered an old school question. What was the first type of weed y'all smoked?
Common sense.
Yeah, just
The gold bag.
That's Sesamilia in the church. That came in the church.
Like the old school gold bag?
Yeah, the church on
Common
The
sense.
vanilla envelope.
Yeah.
A little
That's
bit
it.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it have seeds?
I didn't like weed at first. I was square.
Did you like weed at first?
Been smoking weed since I was 13.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I didn't
Like,
like
when
it.
did you like it?
First
Like,
joint.
how old you, like, Mike, when you like, I like this shit?
When big boy Talib Shabazz had gave Big Boy some oranges chronic that he got out of Cali.
Oh, you were grown.
When they was, yeah. Cause I sold weed first. Like Sleep put me on selling weed first. So I was like, I'm selling this shit. I ain't gonna. So Sleep would, or Gigi would have to tell me if it was good or not. I didn't really care.
Right.
So what was the best weed y'all smoked? If Cess was the least potent.
And Cess was good weed though. At the time, you know, it was top.
Yeah, but what's the best, goddamn? You can't, shit, you know what I'm saying?
Do y'all smoke the same type of weed?
Yeah. He won't sell me, you know what I mean? Like when I was younger, he won't sell me weed that was like, that wasn't good.
That
like,
bullshit?
Yeah, he'll be like, this ain't for you, fat boy. And you know what I mean? So, but I think the best we smoked, when we was in LA, we had some pretty dope weed, right? But, you know.
I still say meal was, I done had some meal from some Jamaicans better than.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Really?
I get it. Because you know, we call it mid, but it's outdoor. Like, man, it was, me and Shay got off a cruise ship in Jamaica, and we paid some of my drivers in the mountains, and it was just like what he's calling mid. So the only thing that they grow this with is cow shit, rain, and sunshine. And it is beautiful. It's like you smoke it and you bright. You literally bright when you smoke it. You know what I mean? So I give you that outdoor, that Jamaican outdoor shit.
God damn, I wish I could smoke, but I can't.
Yeah. Why you smoke?
Wish you could smoke, but you can't.
I mean, because of the stories y'all be telling, yeah, I want to, like, fly too and shit.
Yeah, but maybe the last 10 years been Holy Grail or Irene. They've been the
What?
Holy Grail or Irene.
That's the
They've
name
been
of it?
great. Yeah, they've
Holy
been
Grail,
great.
Irene.
I like that OG Kush though that used to come out of Humboldt County. The stuff that used to come from Northern California, that real OG strain. I'm a fan of that.
I had like I smoked. They put their name of strand after me and some shit.
I'm gonna tell you. Beyond we went through 6 months of dancing with Xanax. And if I didn't have the pictures, we wouldn't even remember those 6 months. Oh man, Sleep had something so pretty, man. She was so pretty. She was brown skin, she had curly hair, and she was a geek monster.
Hold on. We ain't talking about ecstasy. We're talking about
Zan.
Go to sleep.
Oh man, it was man, me. It was me. It was me. It was me, Shay, him, and old girl.
Oh, you laughing?
Because, hey, he called me. He said, hey, bro, I had to let that bitch go. I said, why?
She scared me.
He said that bitch dropped a pill in the flame. That bitch was on her hands and knees looking for a pill in the flame. Hey, man, I'm not that hard. He said, man, I was doing a junkie fucking with this. But
beautiful, scared the shit out of me. I ain't lying.
Oh man,
I ain't scared.
You
the shit
knew,
out.
you had that wisdom.
Scared the shit out of me. I ain't lying.
For 6 months, man, we had a great run with Zans. Though. We had a great run.
Never the ecstasy.
Nice you don't remember. I took some hits, but them Zans, that's the stuff you don't want to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, hey.
So let's talk about friendships and women.
Oh shit.
That was a fun time we had. But my brother literally showed me you have to discipline yourself with women and drugs. Like people ask me sometimes, like, why you don't drink? I say you can't like weed, whiskey, and women. You can't like them all because it's gonna drive you off. You gotta give something up. But bro was one of the first people I saw who
you're right.
Women was just naturally attracted to his charisma. And I'm talking about girls fighting in his mama front yard. Beverly whooped so many hoes' ass. I thought she was charisma.
Like that? Like, they were fighting in your mama front yard?
She stayed whipping ass, man.
I really had a problem with women, you know.
I saw him. I saw a girl that I had a crush on.
Hey, man.
I saw a girl I had a crush on in high school fall in love with him. And that's when I learned true friendship, it demands a certain, like, if I like you and you like my friend, I'll never like you again. You ain't never got to worry about that because that spoiled. I saw that ruin too many friendships. I saw too many good friendships and partnerships spoiled by the want, like, love, or lust of women. And bro was one of the first guys who women were just naturally attracted to, but he had a certain discipline that he'll tell them, don't fall in love with me. Cause I'm not going to love you back. I'm just not gonna be just me and you.
They can have your baby though.
Yeah. He told me don't have a baby. They can't tell them I'm putting on a rubber.
Yeah, nigga spell rubber.
I guess some they want to swallow.
Look, do we know the girl that you defiled or whatever?
No, we ain't.
You gotta tell that story. That's the best story.
Defiled?
Or whatever, yeah.
No, they be coming back.
Oh, the Muslim girl.
Yes,
No.
Oh, that's such a good story.
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we don't want them coming out of, they coming back 20, 30 years about some bullshit.
No, but I didn't know. I kissed a Muslim girl. I always went to summer school. So I went to Harper High Summer School. Like, so that's how I knew that my Harper buddies beyond sleep. I went to Grady High School to learn Swahili. And I went to Grady High School, summer school, to learn Swahili.
He a hell of a guy.
And oh man,
they taught Swahili at Grady High School.
Yeah, you know, during summer courses. Yeah,
you know,
you can learn Mandarin Chinese, you can learn French, or you can learn Swahili. And, I was
Buckhead, man.
I was really pro-black. You know what I mean? So I wanted to learn Swahili. As we know in the California penal system, many of the brothers know Swahili, so they could speak around guards and stuff. So I wanted to learn Swahili. I wanted to be like, Free Jamil Al-Amin, H. Rap Brown. I wanted to be like, I wanted to be a revolutionary. So I was like, it's part of it is learn Swahili. And it was this beautiful, beautiful Muslim girl. She was brown. And she wore a covering, but I could tell she had that curly hair.
I could tell.
Oh man, I was crazy about them brown skin curly hair girls, man, which is why Michael is here. And man, we would talk, and she was Muslim, so I kept my distance. And one day we was holding hands, and the next day we was kissing, and the next day her dad was at the school saying, "You defiled my daughter."
That tickled you.
Because I know he did.
I was like, what?
Did she get in trouble though? You got in trouble.
I got in trouble. He was like, now you got to marry my daughter. Cause no man's gonna want it. I'm 15. Like
we gonna move forward.
Yeah. Oh man, when I tell you I got to fuck away from that girl so quick, man. Like wherever you at out there, I hope you and your husband are great and you have many children. Cause boy, your dad scared the shit out of me.
Are you around here defiling goddamn young girls,
and bro was
in broad daylight.
Bro would just have sleep. Always gave me the simplest, most philosophical advice. And bro say, shit, get another one.
Damn.
It was just that simple with him, and not that I didn't like or want. I think I was in love with the idea of her. And bro was one of the first people to teach me that women are just regular people. They're gonna lie, they're gonna cheat, they're gonna steal, they're gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna like he honestly, through his experiences, showed me that a woman will be beyond your greatest asset. Cause y'all think about it. I got square views because I'm not with my parents or with my grandparents. My grandparents were together forever. Sleep is a person who showed me, hey man, these hoes are some hoes. And they out here hoeing.
I was telling about you was.
Yeah, but I wasn't lying.
I ain't saying.
Yeah, I was squared up, but I wasn't lying. You know what I mean?
Squared in the Nike box.
But just the upbringing,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Just the upbringing, like,
Wrap it.
Yeah.
You cut the grass too?
My grandma liked cutting her own grass, but my mom, in her neighborhood, my mom gave me a lawnmower, so I paid this other kid to cut the grass, and I put a cap on it. So the other kid would charge $10 a yard. No, the other kid would cut the yard.
You told him to put the cap on
sleep. Say you want a nickel off every time.
Man, but talk your sister and my uncle were friends.
Yeah.
Your sister ended up being a school teacher.
32 years.
For 32 years. My uncle went on to work for the state. But they were the first, like, they had a whole plethora of friends, and like 3 of them were gay boys. Yogi was one of the first women I saw just not only embrace gay black maledom, but not in a stereotypical way. They were very respectful of each other. They were respectful for us as kids. But Yogi and Vince really made sure that me and Sleep fostered a real friendship. They made sure we did shit like went to Six Flags. They made sure we did shit like get out the neighborhood. Well, a lot of our friends didn't get out the neighborhood. We were kind of tagging along sometimes, but they gave us richer experiences. So along with the, to get off the porch shit we did, me and Sleep had some cool experiences too. Like I say, he played baseball. He was well liked in the community. The old people loved him. They'd be on their porch, speaking to him.
When was the first time y'all got some money together? Y'all little mind realized like, we straight, we rich, we out of this motherfucker. I know it had to be one of the time. Everybody think, you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you this though.
That's what I'm saying.
The first time I walked in this house and seen goddamn 50 pounds, it fucked me up. I was like, oh, my friend's not just a trapper. You know what I mean? Now he's a legitimate job, granddad and shit like that. But when I walked in, I seen all these goddamn garbage bags. I was like, that's a strong odor of something in here. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, and when I seen them cars line up, I was like, oh, my friend's graduated. And I saw him.
But you never felt like you had made it.
Nah, never.
But
never.
your shit was different though, right?
Never. You could never make it risking your life every day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never. Like,
when you brought you and old girl from the Gucci store though,
hey.
Which baby mama was that? The one
Remember,
I remember y'all come back. You had the Gucci, had the flops.
Hey, the Louis. We was in the Louis store. The first time in the Louis store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
When that nigga came, that nigga looked like a commercial.
Yeah.
I said,
You were Louis down.
Hey, the first time in the Louis store.
I remember the Lexus.
The Lexus.
I remember the legs.
That was your first big whip, the Lexus.
Oh, bro.
Leave the keys in the trunk and somebody steal it from me. Like, yeah. Idiot. Being a good dad at my son's football game, rushing to get to the field. Left the keys in the trunk. Came back.
Remember the first time police chasers? We was on. I had got suspended for fighting some bullshit at school. So I leave. Betty wouldn't let me stay at the house. She's like, "You getting the hell out of my house. You're not gonna stay in my house. You suspended." So I went over my girl married, and me and Sleep was hanging out. So we walked up top of Fairman, almost by G.A. Townsend, seeing the police hit up the street. So I'm sitting here. Remember, I'm telling you, I'm the slower one. He said, if he hit them brakes, turn around, bro. We running. He said, just follow me.
He said, hit them brakes too, didn't he?
Man, that man hit them brakes, and me and Shawty took off. We took off through the woods. We running, boy. You was like an alien or some shit behind us. We ran all the way through the woods, uphill to my Auntie Tot house. My Auntie Tot stayed in Allenville too. Her house was a lot more rambunctious than her sister Betty's house. We bust in the back door, fall on the floor. Get the hell out of my house! Get the hell! I'm finna go open the door, call the police, tell the police y'all in here. I'm like, Auntie Tot, don't do that. Oh man, when I tell you that shit was hilarious, man. Me and him was running. I thought running for our lives, but he knew the exact path to get there, and like he just never left.
You want to get through that shit when you sleep.
Hey man,
you remember that run?
A lot of roads have been traveled. Hey, me and my brother, man. A lot of roads have been traveled,
hey,
man.
No, this has been one of the best sit downs we've had, and I really appreciate you coming through, Sleep. You at home. This at home.
Man, I appreciate the invite, man. Like I said, it's truly a blessing, man. My brother been blessing me our whole life. You know what I mean? So it's another blessing,
When I got a chance to put you on TV, it was satire, but it was real in that I started my own religion. And if you guys may remember, this is a trigger warning. Sleep genuinely is one of the most empathetic, caring people I've ever known. Like, he gives a shit about people in a different way. He's a good neighbor. Like, I just did a Square campaign where he talked about being a good neighbor. Sleep was the guy who the old people in the neighborhood loved, because if they was too old to take their trash out, he would just take it down dry, not asking for nothing. He was just good, and he wasn't perfect. He had a lot of niggas knew how to steal cars and sell dope better than anybody at 13, right? But he when we were writing that episode, or what it was going to be, I was like, we need a spiritual leader, and I was like, Sleep could be the spiritual leader. And
Church of Sleep.
Yep, the Church of Sleep. If you guys have not watched Trigger Warning, go watch that, because the scenes in which he's in the blue flame and people are coming giving confessional, those people, it was for real.
Oh man,
and those people were really crying and pouring out to him. I remember after seeing, because he didn't have to talk much. You see, he doesn't say much, but what he says has a lot of gravity. He said, bro, that shit was hard on me. I was
not gonna cry.
He said, when that lady told me, man, she's tired of being strong. He said, bro, man, I thought about my own mother and my sisters and these women. He said, bro, that's heavy for real. He said, but I had to sit there.
So empathetic.
He's a truly an
Let me ask you this. One more question. I know, like me and you, we love cars, especially old school.
Yeah.
How many old schools you had you wish you wouldn't have sold or got rid of? You gotta have some. That's like every dude.
I just had one.
What was it?
And I sold it to my brother.
What was it?
The Buick.
That Buick GSX. But you had which took my money and still ain't Tony. But you had that Impala.
Sure, I had a Impala. My first Impala. That was my first car. My wife bought me that. My Impala.
That was hard.
My Impala and Tupac.
We sit back there, motherfucker, smoking blunt. That Wilson Mill Paul,
right, man. Every dude I know got that story. Like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sold that goddamn car. Everybody.
But I gave it to my brother, so I knew it was in good hands.
Yeah, that Buick still gonna get built too, Tony.
Good hand,
we're gonna wrap it up, y'all.
Hey man, I love you, and
forever, man.
I appreciate the morning phone calls.
We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up with the old ass crybaby.
I appreciate you encouraging me to be the best man I can. I appreciate you being encourager of being a good husband, good father. I appreciate all you've poured into me. And again, you don't always say much, man, but the depth of what you say has affected my life greatly. If there's no Sleepy, there's no Killer Mike in the same way. So, thank you. And people often talk about loyalty.
If there's no Sleepy, there's no 14 kids.
The Bible said be fruitful and multiply.
People,
so I've been obedient.
People oftentimes talk about loyalty as though being loyal to a person is what they mean. But being loyal to a set of principles, morality, and integrity are deeper than that. The reason,
Amen. That's the real.
You know what I mean? And that's what I've learned through my friendship with Sleep. Zeke will never die. Bunt will never die. These people, Fat Fred, will never die because he doesn't allow them to die in my memory. And my memory puts that on wax, and that wax is going to live forever. So I just want to thank you for being, again, such a presence in my life and just say I love you. And I'm gonna figure out a way to get us bigger bags.
Westside, St. Luke,
for life, man. Yeah, man.
St. Luke,
St. Luke Baptist Church.
St. Luke.
Y'all meet me there.
Love. My name's Michael Render. They call me Killer Mike, and this is Conversate. I just want to conversate. I just want to conversate, which I want to convert. Conversate. Conversate's not a real word, but I encourage questioning. I want to encourage thought. I want to conversate. I want to have discussions with people that I may not agree with or that I may not understand and try to gain perspective. I think we all should be doing that. We all should be in talk. We all should be in a constant state of talking because that's what precedes organizing and mobilizing and revolutionizing and changing things. I believe in the power of conversation. I believe in Conversate. So I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk and I'm here to listen and learn. And I'm here to have people impress upon me different ways and thoughts and mentality. I believe in conversation. I believe in jive, talking, and rapping. What they used to call it. I'm a rapper. I'm rapping. But before rappers were rapping over beats for money, I want to exchange some respect with one another. So we're gonna conversate. We're gonna check it out. Yeah. Conversate with Killer Mike. Hey y'all got a question for my crew? You want to talk to me, Bear, Swift, or anybody and ask them something? I want you to come check us out at conversatewithkillermike@gmail.com. Send your questions in, send your thoughts and concerns, and we're going to make sure we get them up online where it'll be discussed, talked about, and hey, we even might invite you on the show. Let's conversate.